Cole, can I get a fucking mint?
No.
I've been in your waters. I'm looking for sure. I've never been so close before. It's one way or the other.
That was even better. So the infamous bastard bolt is back in. What's the next step here, Ben?
Getting these rat turds sucked out. These mice are just terrible. I mean, they'll chew through anything. we gotta get that cleaned out.
What did you initially think happened to the O2 sensor?
Oh, I thought it melted from the exhaust.
Oh yeah, through the copper and the freaking.
Yeah. Then we're gonna have to throw the old subframe back up onto the chassis here and get that alternator put back in.
All right, let me grab the alternator. I think it's over here.
We see how much work we do to actually just jacking around, cheesing each other off.
The jack off to cheese off ratio. Now, don't get these confused. These look a lot alike. I've seen people run freaking quad turboceps that actually ended up being quad alt.
One creates electricity.
One
sucks wind. No, nothing gets my blood pumping quite like a turbo sucking wind.
What's that spring just laying on the ground over there?
That's for the shifter.
Oh, I was gonna say, how the hell did you get a wastegate spring laying on the ground, giving it all the boost? Which, I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to quit standing on step stools and let this car down.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't want to let it down until we get that subframe.
So wait,
tightened back up. You want to just put the subframe back on now so we can put the car down?
Sure. There's more bolts over there for the transmission and stuff.
What? What do you mean more bolts?
There's more bolts over for the transmission.
What do you mean tons of bolts?
This one says rear trans bracket, trans boot, and these ones are like the final.
Trans boot?
Trans boot. Unless these are for the shifter, I might have put those down. Transmission boot.
I was gonna say, there's no freaking trans boot. Those two big bolts go to the subframe.
Rear trans bracket. Guessing that's what this is?
Is there three of them?
Okay, get the creeper. You heard it here first. Those bolts aren't in there yet. Because they're laying on the floor.
Oh, we still gotta do something about your plate too.
Yeah, until you lose your plate, I don't know. You could just go to the DMV and get another one.
No. See this? This flew off while I was drifting, and that guy ran over by a Pro 2 car.
Ready for another pro tip?
Here's Colton with another pro tip.
So I got pulled over one time up in Oil City. Really the only issue that the trooper had was that my license plate was tarnished. It's like a decal, like vinyl over it, but it was peeling off. And he said it was tarnished. They told me I had to get my plate replaced. Nobody knows how to do that. So I went in search for the answer because I wasn't looking for another ticket. So you have to download, here in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, you have to download and print out an MV44 form. You fill it out, and then you have to have a law officer sign the form. It can be state, it can be local, but they have to sign it stating that it is tarnished and it does need replaced. And then you send that to Harrisburg, the capital.
The capital of the Pennsylvanias.
And because a law officer signed stating that it is tarnished and needs to be replaced, they will replace it.
Now what happens if it flies off?
If it flies off and it's gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
No, that's the whole point of this.
I'm letting you know what I know.
Oh, all right.
There goes the mouse! Dude, no shit, he just ran over and hit the mower. You gotta watch. I'm gonna shake the mower. We'll come run it out.
Don't do that.
Yeah, Ben's in the danger zone.
Yeah,
Imagine the footage.
I'll see it running and then like trying to get up.
Okay.
Oh, dang it! Where'd that go? Front of the car is just...
So everybody that was wondering, this is what we pulled out of the transmission. This little tiny gasket that ended up getting bent.
Oh, we'll have a whole story on that.
Oh yeah.
I come out
Yeah.
over here.
Got bent, started making some noise in the transmission, and basically ruined the entire season for the car. What do you think, Colton? Should we take this wrap off? It's looking pretty terrible.
I feel like that wrap only has about 10 miles on it.
My fear is that it's gonna pull the paint off.
It's coming off pretty good on its own.
Well, like I was going through my pictures and like saw a picture of this before, and it's like this thing was nice.
Wow, that sucks.
It used to be a nice car.
Well, what everyone says is the white S2000s are like rare. Like they didn't make that many white ones, especially with like the tan interior. We get like the rarest one and just freaking ruin it.
What was that?
What? That's not good.
Freaking extra parts.
You pull out of the transmission?
This is the perfect picture of how Russ works on his car.
Yep, looking good then. Everything's looking good from out here.
Give me a regular ratchet.
See, that's what I do here.
Cool guy.
Yeah, Ben's like, you wanna come work on the S2000, put it back together? It's like, basically, I'll just be the tool runner.
Hopefully that was the issue and there wasn't something else.
Oh yeah, we put it all back together. It still does it.
So did you replace the dust shield, or
No,
did
we
you
just went
remove it?
just removed it, which probably in the long run isn't a good idea, but it didn't hold up to the freaking 9,000 RPM clutch kick, so I'm sure another one wouldn't either.
I want to say that that dust shield wasn't in there for a long time. It was in there for a good time. I want to say that's pretty much the story behind every part we put on this car.
Yeah, it knows it's going to Miami for the weekend.
Hey Russ, can you
No
look up the
comment.
torque specs for this subframe?
Sure. It says 43 for the 17 and 85 for the 19.
Jesus.
Yeah, you know you have issues when your O2 sensor looks like this.
Nice. When your O2 sensor looks like a spark plug.
Yeah. How's that look? Where's that big dollar one we got? It's like a $100 O2 sensor.
And which way do you get it out of the package? By the cord and start swinging it around like a wild man over there.
Just by that, you think that was bad?
Oh, yeah, it's not great.
There she goes.
Like, I have an Australian cattle shepherd. She's a red heeler, good looking dog, but I would describe her as a wolf in sheep's clothing because she will get into anything and everything. And we were me and Aaron, my roommate, were having a conversation the other day. Like, we know what she gets into right now as she is. Could you imagine if God gave dogs thumbs? Just the absolute.
Oh, they just be going around like this all the time.
Dude, I'm talking
Freaking
like
thumbing.
if a dog with a dog mentality could walk on its back legs,
It just pick things
it
up.
literally just. It's just like you just walk
goes,
over,
unzip
and just open the fridge. Like, we'd all be like,
They go unzip the food bag,
oh, if your dog could just walk over and pick up a Ziploc bag and just,
but still have the same dog brain.
but yes, have the same mentality, like walk up to the pantry. What would we do?
Alright guys, so we are just finishing this up. We got the transmission back in, the axles are in. We need to drop it down, replace the alternator that had to come out to get the infamous bastard bolt out. Need to hook the turbo up, the downpipe, hook all the boost lines back up, and then put the charge pipe on. And after that, we should be good and ready to rip. So, it's like 10:30 right now, but
We call that a half tilt boost.
yeah, half pass. No, you don't want to be half pass boost.
Half tilt boost.
Half tilt boost. I gotta go print out my registration. Insurance card's still good. Print out a new inspection sticker, and what if we just had a drawer of them? And you just even slap.
Hey.
That's why like those places get robbed, and like all their inspection stickers are gone.
That's gonna go in the video.
I'll do-
you're doing it slow mo. You just gotta do it regular. It's gonna be so slow.
It's gonna be so freaking slow. speeds on 2 a.m.
in the middle of winter.
in the middle of winter,
In a convertible.
completely sober, not a care in the world.
Oh yeah. Spill this thing. give her a little
Give her a
first.
little hell.
Oh my god. Blow her up.
Hopefully everything's cool.
Yeah. Is it not going in gear?